G'day. Today, back to playing Oxygen Not Included. Now, first thing I was thinking is that with this system now finally up and running, it seems like a really perpetual motion machine of technology. Um, that you just set up a few of these, and then you've just got sort of, I guess, cold water and steam run and complement that with your oxygen machines down here. And you're looking pretty good. Um, one thing I did notice there just before I started was that this area in here, this guy, this whole section actually, if we can get to air overlay, we have a lot of carbon dioxide stuck above the water here. And that's obviously starting to become a problem for these people that sleep over here. So, do we shift? Firstly, let's mop up. Let's build it. First, one over here. Do we move some of our oxyferns from here over to here just to try and clear that out a bit? I realize I could sort of punch a hole in one of these walls, but it's gonna blocks the liquid flow without obstructing gas. I feel like what we could do is put one of these in here and there. Just to try and get some of that oxygen pumping. I suppose I could also try and see where the closest vent is. This guy here. Let's say we could vent some oxygen this way. Let's do that. Let's run this down here and across to here so that it will vent directly underneath this bedroom. Check what I was making that out of sandstone, that's fine. Snores loudly. Not too bad. I suppose the take those for now. The thing that I'm still off is that these two guys are still working in there. Also, they're complaining of low oxygen. I wonder if see that this is all a bit worse. Where's my marker? He's meant to be enabled by that. Sending a red signal if he sees carbon dioxide. I guess he's not in carbon dioxide, he's in what, chlorine. Where did all that chlorine come from anyway? The other thing I'm curious about is the answer to the question of where do I get the data banks from. That's from people returning from space flight. So that does make me a bit more curious about like doing some space flight. I think what I want to do is build a bunker door. And I'm curious to see, can I, like, does it extend longer? That's the thing I don't get here. Like, so say if we put the bunker door, wait for this load, there, like that, it doesn't just increase its length. How do I sort of keep this safe from, well, how do I let it take off and then have the ability to return back to where it came from? Because I feel like the bunker doors aren't going to be big enough to allow it in. 7 tons of plastic. How much was that costing me? 50. Feels like I could really get some long tubing going now. Unreachable storage, missing gantry. Alright, well let's get our gantry going, which I assume we want to put somewhere like there. Find out soon enough. Or do I want the gantry sort of letting them walk into it? Let's deconstruct those guys. See, these guys are having to hold their breath while they're doing this. Let's drop this guy to there. Copper, is it? Okay, so then we can just go this guy, go copy settings, go that. Then we'll say deconstruct. And we will have a look at automation, cabling, deconstruct those guys, copy. Yeah, that guy's already gone green, so that should have this working again. Hopefully that'll sort of shift all of the air in that section. That's still doing well, getting rid of all this water. They're doing a nice job of clearing all of that. Still hasn't hit this incoming polluted water either. I guess every time he does hit polluted water it will clean it up, so should be alright. Really happy to see that working. Said that already, but stands true. The other reason that I am tempted to set up a second room of this is because of how low that water is sitting. Now, the marker that we did set an episode or so ago was this black line here at the top of the storage bins, and it's still at there. We haven't got worse, we haven't got better. I feel like we don't have much air pushing through this at the moment. It's a tricky one because that was that was previously like completely stacked, and obviously we're back down to extreme demand again. Similar to the water down here, I wonder if what I should do is actually like sort of snake this oxygen, so there's a whole bunch of oxygen waiting to fill that. So if we do have like an excess lot ready to go, it's gonna bank for a while, because obviously it's only that much. So if 6 guys sort of go out and take it, then we don't have much left at all. Let's think about that. I think there's also a problem with like with this split here. Like that split I keep removing and re-adding because okay, so I've got a problem here too. Just noticed that. So let's get some ladders there, and that should sort that out. In fact, let's get up there as well, and we'll say Deconstruct these mesh tiles too, because we don't need them. Do it here. That ceiling's too high that they won't be able to sort of reach it. The thing is that how much this vent here seems to be able to just take. Like, it never really overpressures. This guy's doing a great job of overpressuring, though. I'm actually really happy with a lot of my my power network here. That those guys seem like they're pretty renewable. Although this guy's only renewable because he's operating off a guy that is with a finite amount. It does kind of feel like I need more, like one more set of oxygen. See, we've got our insufficient oxygen generation, but that's always sort of been like that, where it's slightly less than what it thinks I'm using. See, oxygen has returned to there. I think the reason that I was reluctant more to have this guy going so much was because he uses water, whereas that is no longer a resource concern. I do wonder with how backed up this is that... Let's have a look. I mean, 10 minutes is a long time for that to pump, and you can see obviously at the moment it's completely logged. So I won't... once this guy is done, I won't remove this until I feel like this guy is sort of out of water to shift. Like, because we do want to see the water levels in this room drop. Like, they're getting dangerously high still. And there's only so much that this guy can do to sort of get to here. Until we get this guy clearing out of it. And the water in here is pretty good too. You can see it's now sort of 36, 39, 42, 43 at that end. As this guy pumps water in there, it'll get hotter, but all the water that we're dropping in there is only about like 38. Funny watching this little bit of water here just sort of immediately evaporate as soon as it hits the ground. Let's see, these back ones are all pretty much loaded though. But apparently not, because that oxygen is still pushing all the way through. Like, it's not stopping when it reaches them. No, that's showing is fully green. Is that fueled? Is that something different? Can't do cooking, decrease medicine. Immune to food poisoning, can't do cooking. No one of over heal there. nice to see him doing the cleaning in there too. So now what's happened is we've successfully pulled the oxygen down, so that the chlorine is now section. Got some natural gas sitting on top of that as well. Alright, so what I think... So let's check with our research. Our star map. Is that the point we need to get to? So let's deconstruct these two. And say Gantry, because that's a tank, it's a door. Is that the door? That feels like the door, right? So does this need to be somewhere like here? Work this out. It's funny that the bunker door is now just floating. Still takes shots though, I guess, around it. Alright. Gantry provides scaffolding across rocket module, allows duplicate access. Like that? I assume it's like that. Because it's to get to that door there. What we'll do is we'll build a ladder. That. Right, so we got to look at the other things here too. So this wants steam. Now, we do have steam, but I don't know how much steam this will want versus how much steam I'm okay losing from my steam room. Do I have a steam geyser somewhere? That guy's a cool steam vent. I think that's just because it's pulled off. But do I have a second similar vent somewhere? I thought I had one on this side. This guy. Huge section. I do think I need more oxygen as well. I think I've got to get on that. Let's just remind ourselves of the setup here. So I need an electrolyzer, 2 gas pumps, and I think that what I'll do is I'll build this here and extend the top section of this just into the base. So it means we can build it external and then sort of just bring it in once we're ready. So we'll allow a walkway come across here. Assume they can walk past it. Yeah, they can walk past everything. So this is our entry point here. Let's go. Now I think the first thing I want to add for these is do I want to waterlock these, or does it seem like it doesn't matter too much? It doesn't seem like it matters too much. So all of this is part of this guy. So firstly, build this ladder down to here and dig across here. Alright, I forgot I waterlogged down here. That's great. I can't remember if I did that on purpose. It was an accident. Getting right down to it in this one. So what we'll do is I'm going to copy this layout basically just identically. Do I think it's the most efficient thing in the world? Probably not. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We hit that ladder. Then we've just got the 2 power things. And then we've got another walkway up there. So then what we want to do is we want to take the ladder and we'll build that right up here. Then also deconstruct all this ladder. I actually put that part on the wrong side. So for here it doesn't seem to matter as much. What we'll do is we'll copy that and check it on that side too, because it's just about allowing that pipe to get through the middle. And then what we'll do is we will deconstruct all of these guys on the roof. This is only a 3 high room too, so so we can sort of build here. So we go down 3. Like that. And I think I need one more space. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So what we'll do is we will deconstruct that and hopefully that was the only thing there. Deconstruct that and that. And we'll get rid of that guy and that guy, that guy, that one, that one, that one. Deconstruct this guy, copy him and build him like that. And dig him, because otherwise you're all stuck in there. Alright, so then we can build that and that. It's a door. This guy, there. That guy. That guy. On this side we want to copy. So luckily this guy's going to be on the right side so that that cable running through him won't actually hit him at the moment. Okay, so we're blocking him there. So we'll move the second guy up there. Gonna have to reroute this cable. So let's just go copy. Move this across 1. Move that straight down there and then across there. Right, and what I also need to do is copy this there and there. also need to deconstruct that and that. That. Still building cabling with gold, are we? Build that cabling with gold. Alright, let's cancel for a second. So all of that, all of that. Straight down, straight across, please. Actually, reckon what I'll do is I'll shift this guy over. And just run down the center. I mean, I can see I've got those heavy wires with a thing anyway, so that doesn't matter. We'll copy them, put that there. We've lost the sound, haven't we? It's got a repeating note and no. Let's save quickly just in case it crashes out. See how long we can last before we. Alright, let me see, work some magic, see what I can do here. There we go. Alright, so then what we'll do is we'll deconstruct that guy, deconstruct that one. That all new wire has been built, so let's go power and we'll say deconstruct that, all of that. We'll then also deconstruct these new ladders. We will also then build a wall here. Cancel those two for a moment. Now I realize that I've missed one very important thing here. Will make me have to shift this back. But we need somewhere for the generator to sit. The generator can fit in there. So it's just that we've got to copy this back that way. Times I've had to come back and move ladders. Sorry, fellas. Look at that as well. So let's do mopping here. Let's marvel at this thing just turning on now, and so you can see that at the moment that had gone red because there was nothing waiting to go through, which is okay. I mean, doesn't mean I have to waste some of my good water, but has managed to clear this guy out. Great news. And the first thing I'd say we want to do as well is grab an airflow tile, copy it, chuck it there. Everyone's off to grab all that copper ore that we just pulled out as well. Okay, with those other guys gone, we can chuck these two in there. Actually, sorry, we've also got to get rid of that then. So what we'll do is we will just extend the floor one extra tile. And we'll build that in here. Now what we want to do actually is we'll cancel... we'll just ask for that door to be open. Yeah, won't that open? And what we want is just some electricity that we can pull to turn on one of these pumps. Let's go. That yellow means that that's strained already, so we don't really want to use that. Let's get for some conductive wire. Source power from that guy. And we're only turning on these two guys at the moment because what we want to do is get some ventilation going. Oop. No, pressing anything wildly there. And what we'll do is we'll build a gas bridge down. And out. Basically what we want to do is, there's only so much gas that's inside this room because of the manual airlock, and a lot of it's carbon dioxide, so that shouldn't come up anyway. As long as we can just sort of clear all the pollution that we've got, the polluted air, and we can close this off. And we can attach it into the base. While that's happening, how are we looking up here? Gantry is built. Neptune at 10. Signed. Research module needs power, and this guy needs steam. About how I'll go about that. I'm very happy with these guys. I'm not quite sure how we're doing food-wise from them. Okay, so we're overloading now on this guy too. Talk to me about what powering. I never powered that. I guess it's just that I've got to use the heavier cabling. So just means I've got to do that. Heavy wire. What's that made of? Copper. So I'm not mad if I out for iron. Although we don't want to cause too much downtime. And then power. What? Just going. Let's give that guy a nice high priority. It's also taking the overload damage. Oh, is it because he's not gold? It's funny because all we're trying to do is just generate more power. We only need this for a very limited period of time. It's not happy. All right. It's all suffering. Okay. Let's pull the plug on it. Let's deconstruct that. And let's put that with an iron urgency on it. Pile. Let's give that 100% priority because we also don't want to get that dirty oxygen in the base. Let's go look at those power wires again. Still connected. So deconstruct those two. You. Okay. Find somewhere else for this to be connected. Gonna have to go through the wall, down to this guy, across to him. Place all of that. Wire bridge. Yeah. Alright. Well, and that brings us to the end of another one. So our aims at the moment is getting this little bit more oxygen pumping through. I guess cleaning out this room of its carbon dioxide and chlorine, and now we can finally rebuild it as hopefully 2 more bedrooms. We'll redesign this section anyway, because we do have this sort of area we can work with as well. We do have the good news of at least that is done, and we can see that this guy's pumping heaps out. I'm not certain that this will actually last a full, say, 10 minutes of waiting for this guy to open again, and we probably will take more water from there. Like you can see right now, it's currently shifting, so you can see how fast it's going to move down. It's no way that's lasting 10 minutes. So we might have to extend this out even further. And potentially getting rid of this means that length will also extend by that much too. But that's definitely not 10 minutes worth of waiting that's doing. But at least the good news is that we are pulling nice chunks of water out of here again. And that is currently on the rise too, which is another good news. Alright, any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. What do you think the best place that it is for me to get steam from? Is it going to be from my steam room or from... that red suit seems so nice that I feel like we can... down. Increase cuisine, increase food morale bonus, increase machinery, research errands. That's alright, let's bring in Catalina. Alright, cool. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below, and until next time, catch you later. See ya.